All right, let's just get into it. What's going on, everybody? WakoBako here. So, finally back with some more Pokemon related content. Yeah, it's been a little bit, but finally got my hands on some Gem Pack Volume 4. Came over from the great Jason Nee. And just a little bit of a sneak peek for anyone that's watching this early in the video, or the stream rather. We actually have some Gem Pack 5 as well. This is going to be for next week. But yeah, should be pretty fun, especially because there's another, pretty nice chase with the Captain Pikachu. But yeah, that should be fun. We'll get into that next week. Got plenty of stuff for Final Fantasy Friday, so we got stream content for at least a few weeks. But I wanted to start with this, so I also got this from Jason Nee as well. It's pretty cool. It comes with 3 of the gem packs, and then you get one of these random promos, and then there's one of these little pins that you can get. I actually had 2 of these. I opened up one with my nephew the other day, and that was kind of fun. So let's see what we get in this one. So, ooh, nice. So we got, obviously it's a stamped promo, right? Good old Quaxley. I like how there's a lot more simplified Chinese promos that come like individually sealed like that. This is the pin, little pack that the pin comes in. We'll look at that in a second. And then you get 3 packs, which is kind of nice because you get, what's going on, Hilario? You get Gem Pack Volume 1. Yeah, well, 1, 2, and 3. Yeah, that's kind of neat. And I think that's it. Yeah, and then this is just a big, make sure it keeps everything sturdy. But yeah, this is kind of cool. Oh, absolutely, for sure. Let's look at the pin first. Again, you can get a couple different variants of this pin. Comes a little backing. Again, just standard pin. Let's flip over. Ooh, okay, that's actually pretty cool. Got like a holographic pin. I don't really collect like pins or any of the coins or anything like that, but that's actually pretty cool. I like that. So very nice. We'll just put you up top over here for right now. That's a good question. I'll have to look up the name for you. But maybe it's, I want to say it's just like some kind of gem pack, like bundle, or maybe like a gift pack. Yeah, don't know the name off the top of my head, unfortunately. Move Quaxley over to the side. Let's put that right about here. All right, let's just do these in order. We'll get through these, and it's kind of convenient because it lines right up with Gem Pack Volume 4. So, which I am behind probably the most on. I mean, besides Gem Pack Volume 4 and 5, probably the most behind on probably 3. Because I didn't really open up much of that. That's kind of like the Halloween one. Ooh, might be a sign. Okay, it's not, but... Ooh, okay, nice. All right, we'll take that. I was like, oh, that's not a sign. And then we get a shiny Pikachu. Okay, that's nice. I'll absolutely take that. Let me get my sleeves. No, that's sick. I like that. Especially getting so few packs, you want to get a hit. But yeah, Gem Pack Volume 3, that was the one that I wasn't able to get a whole bunch of when it first came out. And now it's one of the more popular ones, because of course there's Gengar, and it's kind of expensive. That one already has another sleeve in it, interesting. Yeah, I'm trying to stock up a whole bunch of those, especially because I want to do like a my goodness, a Halloween opening, where I open up a bunch of the Gem Pack Volume 3, so... Nice, that's awesome. What's the actual name of it? 13.7. All right, cool. So we got a shiny Pikachu to start this off. Very, very nice. I will gladly take that. Let's see if we can get another hit here. This is out of Gem Pack Volume 2. Again, this is all the evolutions. Big hits here would be the alt art for the 4 evolutions. Let's see what we got. So we had Jolteon. We had Sylveon. Leafeon, and ooh, all right, a Master Ball, not too bad. they're kind of more common in this set than anything else, unfortunately, but not bad. I'll take that. All right, Gem Pack Volume 3. It's kind of messed up on the bottom. Hopefully the cards aren't. But let's see if we can get something out of this. Cards appear to be fine, so. But yeah, like I said, I'm trying to get a whole bunch of Gem Pack Volume 3. We'll do a cool Halloween opening. That'll be fun. Gem Pack Badge Set. There you go. Thank you very much. So if anyone else that's interested in getting this, that's what that's called. All right, so we have Cerulege. We have Clefable. Ooh, really cool looking Absol in the geometric shape reverse. And ooh, Darkrai. Very, very. See, this is why I want to open this up on Halloween. Like, all this stuff is very Halloween-esque themed. All right, so that's not too bad. I mean, out of those 3 packs, and we got the Pikachu shiny, and this cool Quaxley promo, and of course the really, really cool pin. So that's not too bad. I'll gladly take that. Let's move the stuff over and off to the side. All right, now we get into Gem Pack Volume 4. Now, I wanted to do 4 because there's only 18. I'm sorry, what are these? Yeah, 18 packs per box, and there's only 4 cards per pack. So they're gonna rip somewhat quick, but in theory, it's what, 72 packs in total. So I think this will be pretty fun. Now the question is, and I think it's just you and me, Hilario. So should I do them one at a time, or should I do kind of chaos mode and just mix everything up on the table? I think that'd be kind of crazy, especially with 72 packs. But yeah, you let me know. I'm gonna cut all the plastics off these anyway. Just. You want chaos? All right. I'm fine with that. Let's go for it. Why not, right? Especially because it's not guaranteed hits per box. So, you know what I mean? Like, it's obviously completely random. We've had some really good luck with these, right? And it has the hit rates on the back. You know, 1.81% chance to get one of those art rares. Of course, there's a lot of them. Yeah, these boxes are super cheap, and that's why I like keeping up with the gem packs. Obviously, some of the other simplified Chinese sets are a little more expensive, but the gem packs are still fairly cheap compared to everything else. So I think it's well worth getting, and they're fun. I do like all the reverse hollows and some of the exclusive artwork you can get only in these simplified Chinese packs. So. All right, spread those out, move the box to the side. All right. For some reason, these little tabs aren't ripping as well. There we go. Just doing it from the wrong side. Hopefully everyone's had a good weekend. Just been able to hang out a good bit. Got some gaming in, so no major complaints from me. All right, one more. Now I'm going to shuffle all these around, and we're going to have some fun. Imagine if I had like 72 packs of Ascended Heroes or Mega Dream. That'd be nice, right? All right. There we go. Yeah, see this box. Sometimes they don't glue all these edges. The glue doesn't stick, so. Just glad the packs aren't damaged. That's all I really care about. All right, so let's mix all these around. Everything's just spilling everywhere. I'm gonna try and just space these out. So let me do something like this, just because this is how my brain works. go. Try and cover up the entire screen. All right, how's that look? Can't even see the playmat anymore. It's kind of the point of why I wanted to do that. That's absolutely amazing. Take some of these out from the bottom. Shuffle these around. So there we go. So this is what 72 packs of Gem Pack Volume 4 looks like. Obviously, the big hit here would be the Ponyta art rare. Obviously, we're trying to get any of the other art rares and any of the other stamped cards. I think I have everything else that I need for this set. So there we go. Is that chaotic enough? You literally can't even see the playmat. That's amazing. All right, so here we go. Let's just get right into it. I'm just gonna stack all these up because there's so many different Pokemon in this. Normally I try and keep it a little bit more organized, but yeah, I'm just gonna kind of, you know, if we have hits, we'll put them to the side, and then everything else I'll kind of just sort through later. Charge Bug, we got, starting off with Sawsbuck, sorry, and then we have Charge Bug. We got this really cool pincer in the star pattern, and good old Lickitung in the Master Ball, very nice. Like I said, I'm just going to put them off to the side. All right. Next, we have Relicanth. We have Snom. Was that Drober? No, wait. Is that Drober? Or is that Drober first form? I don't know. Anyway. And, ooh, we have Enamorus. It's kind of like Thunder, which is so weird because they put like a like Valentine's Day-esque kind of feel to Enamorus, and then it's just like evil. It's got these weird horns and stuff. Super creepy. I'm just gonna be pulling from any random spot. All right, let's see what we got here. Pokeball reverse. We have energy reverse, star pattern reverse. So it's really nice. There's a weird print line there, unfortunately, but still pretty cool. And ooh, all right, nice. Good old Wooper in that Master Ball. Again, I mean, I know the Master Ball reverses in most sets are, you know, some of the spectacular, but in these, because it's just another reverse, you're going to see them a lot. So not saying, you know, it's not awesome to see, but in terms of like pull rates, they're still fairly common. Here are all the pull rates and rarities, by the way. I wish the English TCG would do this. But yeah, pretty cool. All right, let's see what we got here. Pokeball reverse. Energy reverse. So then I'm pretty sure that's how that's going to work, right? You have Pokeball, energy, and then you have either star, swirl, or one of the other various. And then on the end, which is this one I'm looking for, you can get stamps, Master Balls, or the big hit card. So these are really nice. I'm going to set the stamps off to the side. Let me sleeve that up. Cool. This is what we're looking for. Any of these stamped cards or any of the art rares. It's kind of really all I'm chasing at this point. I think I have everything else. All right. Let's see, we got here good old Cramorant in the Pokeball. We have Eevee. There's the swirl pattern, a pincer, and ooh, another stamp. Very, very nice. We got Eevee in the stamp. I'll gladly take that. Again, that's what we're looking for. Because I feel like, because these are double rares, so obviously they're a little bit harder to get. But especially with how I'm trying to set up the XL binder, which is insane like usual. Yeah, the stamps are pretty cool. But yeah, so, and then now that I have Gem Pack 5 lined up, and there is Gem Pack 6 on the way, by the way. I think it has Applin on the front. But yeah, so it just means that I'm going to have more and more stuff for this XL binder, which is always exciting. And, ooh, nice Master Ball Pincer. But yeah, kind of glad to see they're continuing on with these gem packs. Hopefully they remain cheap, right? Because in terms of simplified Chinese, this is kind of the way to go. Even though there are some other sets, and I know traditional Chinese drop sets all the time as well. But I don't know. I like the gem packs. What do you guys think? Yeah, absolutely. That's awesome. Yeah. I think, again, I think the simplified Chinese packs, especially if you just care about the artwork and you don't care what language it's in, and you want to see some kind of more unique reverse patterns you're not going to see anywhere else, I think simplified Chinese is definitely a way to go. All right. Haven't seen any art rares yet, but it's okay. Hopefully out of 4 boxes, I would like to get at least 1 per box, right? But again, it's not guaranteed, so maybe we can get more. Who knows? All right, star pattern and... Ooh, very, very cool. Torkoal in the Master Ball. All right, let's go from back over here. But yeah, excited to see how this shakes out. And then again, next week we'll have Gem Pack Volume 5. Probably get a few waves of that just because I think I have 5 boxes for that. So that one should be nice. And then, yeah, and then Gem Pack 6 should be coming out sometime soon. I think just because I'm that far behind, like stuff's been, you know, been out for a little bit. But yeah, probably go through Jason again. Ooh, maybe it's a sign. Got the Ponyta. That's a sign. We have all of these cards and all their different reverses. We just need the art rare. Oh, nice. That's awesome. Yeah, I definitely want to get that as well. I also saw the briefcase that they have is a lot better than what the Japanese version was. So I'll definitely be ordering that as well. Yeah, I think, again, the simplified Chinese market and all the products they're putting out are pretty awesome. So they're just trying to get more attention. Yeah, again, I think it's well worth getting for sure. All right, Pokeball reverse. Ooh, there's another sign. There's another Ponyta. Come on, that's what we need to see today. We need to see that art rare. There's swirl pattern and Master Ball. Exactly. And that's the thing too, right? Compared to the last briefcase they put out that was way overpriced and it came with absolutely nothing. Like, this is how the Japanese one should have released. So, yeah, I definitely want to get it. All right, let's see what we got here. Eevee, Deerling. Ooh, there's a third one. So it's got to be a sign. We're getting closer and closer. Ooh, here's our first triple rare. So this is gonna be our art rare, very first one. I'm gonna show this off because if I save this to the very end, I may forget about it, especially with how many packs are on the table. So let's see which one it is. In 3, 2, 1. Oh, nice. Okay. I don't think I have this one yet. So very, very nice. With the Relicanth art rare. There's a bunch of other Pokemon in the backdrop there. Very, very cool. But this is the top hit you can get. What's going on, Maz? But yeah, this is absolutely sick. So these are the top hits from this set. Either the stamped, right? So the stamped ones are the double rares, right? And then you have your triple rares for the art rares. So yeah, so very, very nice. First big hit of this, and we got plenty more to go through. So hopefully we see more of these. Let me double sleeve this real quick. But yeah, that's very, very nice. Put this up and off to the side, and let's just keep rolling. Again, started off with 72 packs of this. Kind of crazy. But again, there's only 4 cards per pack. So it kind of goes quick. So, and again, these boxes are very, very cheap compared to everything else currently. So that's why I don't mind. Yep, simplified Chinese. You are correct. Yep, this is Gem Pack Volume 4. There's a total of 5 Gem Packs with Gem Pack 6 on the way. But yeah, I really, really got into these, especially because I liked all the reverses that you can get. And then these sets are actually a bit smaller, right? So this set, I think there's 28 cards in total. Well, 28 unique cards, right? And then you have all your different variants and stuff like that. Just got an email that something was delivered. Let me go check and see what that is. Hold on. I'm going to go through this pack and then I'm going to go check real quick. So bear with me. Very, very cool artwork. And again, I just love these reverse holo patterns. Ooh. Okay, another triple rare already. Okay, here we go. Let's see which one this is. Again, these are your big hit cards. We really, really want to see the Ponyta. I mean, I've opened up so much of this set already, but let's see which one we got here in 3, 2, 1. Ooh, nice. Okay. That's sick. The Wooper. I love that one. I'll gladly take that. Very, very nice. I don't think I have this one. If I do, that's a really, really good duplicate to get. So, very, very nice. So, there's a second art rare. Again, these are not guaranteed per box, by the way, right? It's just pure chance. So, there we go. 2 of them. I'm going to go check the mail real quick, though, because, again, I did see a notification come through about something being delivered. So, sit tight, chat amongst yourselves, and I will be right back. Just trying to cover the table. There we go. I'll be right back. All right, I'm back. Very nice delivery I was expecting on Friday, but I'll take it. Anyway, let's get back into it. Got plenty more of these packs to get through. Oh, man. All right. So off to a good start. I mean, we already got 2 art rares. And again, they're not guaranteed. And I keep saying that because if you look at the rarities here, you get a 1.81% chance of pulling an art rare. It's not guaranteed per box. I've definitely opened up some boxes where we didn't get any. I've definitely opened up some boxes where we've gotten multiples. So hopefully it continues. I would love to see a few. But I'm having fun. It's been a minute since I've opened up Pokemon stuff, so hopefully you all enjoy it as well. All right, so we got Deerling in the Pokeball. And I'm telling you, we've seen so many of these already. Ponyta in the Fire Energy. Is that Cutie Fly in the Star Pattern? And I always mix up Mincino and Cincino. I think this is, it goes Sin to Min. I don't remember, but either way, it's one of them in the Master Ball Reverse. Let me do this because I was doing this last time. All right, let's put these here. Yeah, that looks good right there. Okay. Let's pull from on underneath. What's going on, Red? How we doing? Let's see. Oh, nice. That's awesome. Yeah, it's always fun checking out new Pokemon shops for sure. Hopefully they have some good stuff, and hopefully it's not too overpriced. Red, not too much. Again, we have 72 packs in total of Gem Pack Volume 4. We did pull 2 art rares so far. These are the big, these are the higher end cards, right, in your triple rares. Obviously, we're still trying to pull that Ponyta. But you haven't missed much. Saya, how we doing? Good to see everyone trickling in. Yeah, like I said, we're still kind of early into this. I mean, we got plenty of packs on the table, so. All right, so we got Pokeball Reverse. Yeah, the Wooper's really sick, yeah. We have the Grass or Leaf Energy. We have the Star Pattern Reverse, and very nice, Master Ball. Headaches are always the worst, man. Hopefully that goes away soon. And see, that's not too bad, Maz, because like I'd rather a store be that way, especially because that's really what I'm into as of late. Especially with how insane all the English Pokemon stuff is. I've been way more into Japanese and Chinese sets. So, yeah, and again, I always say, right, like collect what you want and collect how you want. But it's just one of those things where, if you don't care about like the language on the card and you only care about the artwork, you know what I mean? There's other avenues outside of English, right? So, and this has come from someone that's collected English Pokemon for a very long time. But I'd say over the last 2 years, it's steadily gotten worse. But again, for what I want to collect and how I want to collect, this is kind of my focus for the time being. We got another double rare, which is nice because that means there's another stamp. Let's see which one it is. Ooh, nice Relicanth. That's actually really, really sick. I like that because I'm pretty sure I didn't have this one before. So let's leave that up. There's actually a newer shop that opened up in my area as well. Which I was going to check out yesterday, but just got sidetracked doing other stuff. Yeah, I was actually dropping stuff off over at the UPS store, and I saw this little card shop in the corner, and I'm like, looks pretty neat. I looked them up. They got some pretty good Google reviews so far, so I'm definitely have to check them out. Maybe I can pick up some stuff from them and not have to wait so long to get stuff shipped in. But again, I always like supporting local businesses, right? But unfortunately, there's been some as of late that I stopped going to because they're just, you can just tell it's pure greed for some of these people, and it's unfortunate. Yeah, and that's the other thing I noticed too, Red, and I definitely want to put out some more. But really the only like YouTube shorts that I put out are like when I'm doing like submission previews for CGC. That's really the only YouTube shorts that I do. I guess I could do like shorts to like intro these videos. Another Ponyta, or and maybe it's another clue. Maybe I could do YouTube shorts to intro some of these. Ooh, another double rare. So we got another stamp. Let's see which one it is. Nice. Okay, very, very nice. But yeah, I was kind of bounce around for how I've done YouTube shorts in the past. But again, I think it's, yes, it's popular kind of content right now, but it's an attention span thing. And, I don't want to get into that whole conversation and sound like, a really old man about my opinion on how all that works, but I get it. But I'm going to keep doing the content that I like to do. And if it gets attention, great. I mean, if not, it is what it is. That too, right? I could just do it for recaps. Yeah, absolutely. Or even just do it the same thing, right? Like just clip out and actually edit some of this stuff. So as I pull big hits, I can just have those become the shorts. Yeah, I've thought about that too, Saya. It's just putting time into actually clipping this stuff because I mean it's a one-man show here. I don't really have anybody else that can go through and edit any of that stuff or take the time to do it. But yeah, I think that's also a good idea as well. And like usual, I'm always open for feedback and suggestions. So if you want to leave it here in the comments or you want to leave it on Discord or you want to message me on Instagram, I'm always open for the feedback and suggestions. So That's awesome. No, that's huge, Red. I'm glad to hear that. All right. See what's next. Again, we're on the chase for any of the stamp cards or any of the art rares. I kind of want to show off the jumbo binder at the very, very end. But again, it's so big, it barely fits on this table, especially with all my lamps and stuff. I will try, though. It's going to be very disorganized. But if you guys want to see the jumbo binder and do a binder update, I will gladly show you guys at the end. So just let me know. And nice. Very, very nice. We got the star pattern to the Master Ball. Oh, of course. What's going on, Zach? How we doing? Yeah, and that's the main reason why. And Red, if you look at my channel, like I have years worth of pre-recorded content and YouTube Shorts, but I liked live streaming so much because of this interaction. Whether it's 2 or 3 people here or we got 30 people in here, you know what I mean? It's just one of those things. Nice Master Ball. It's just one of those things where I like the interaction with the live streams. And again, I did plenty of pre-recorded content. And it's still fun too, but like a lot of the times I'm just kind of talking to myself and there's no initial engagement. Where this here, like even if it's 1 or 2 people in here and I can chit chat with everybody, like I just enjoy that a lot more. So, all right, swirl pattern and another Master Ball. Very nice. But again, to each their own, right? Like whatever you enjoy doing and what you have fun doing, just go that way. All right, Pokeball reverse. Grass Energy reverse with that pincer. We got the swirl pattern reverse with Mudsdale. And another Master Ball. Very nice. Good old Sawsbuck. I do like how Sawsbuck and Deerling have like seasonal variants, which is kind of neat. Let's see. No, Say. I did hear about the Naruto TCG, which is going to be absolutely insane. People are comparing it to One Piece. So it's going to be huge. I mean, you have to look at those IPs and they're already massive. So you got to think, hey, let's do a TCG for it. The same thing like Power World. Power World TCG is popping off like crazy. And I think it's awesome because it's kind of, you know, rubbing it in Pokemon's face. But yeah, Power World's going nuts right now also. I don't know, Red. I haven't opened up. So I do have 2 booster boxes of Pitch Black in Japanese on their way. They just haven't come in yet. I plan on opening them, so we'll put that to the test. But yeah, they might be more than 5. And yes, Power World does have a TCG. They also just revealed that they're going to be doing an MMO, which is insane. But ever since majority of like the lawsuit that the Pokemon company behind Power World has kind of dropped off because everything they've tried to sue them for has either failed or has been very minimal, but it hasn't actually stopped them from doing the things they're doing. But yes, Power World TCG is out right now. Actually, and I'll show you. I haven't opened any yet because I'm waiting to get more in, but just hold on one sec. So I actually have a few of the Power World TCG products, the only things that are out right now. So you have the booster box, first edition, which is kind of cool, BP01. There is a typo, and this is why everyone's freaking out, and they're like, oh, it's so much more valuable. Every single box has this typo. It says Pow Word instead of Pow World. But yeah, the only reason why I'm kind of hesitant, I mean, I do have more coming in, but there's only 12 packs per booster box, so it's, again, it's kind of like a sampling, right? And then 7 cards per pack. And yes, all the ones that I've purchased were the original retail price. Like, I paid $60 for this. They're like 160 to 180 right now, some even over 200. Not saying it's bad or anything like that, but like, I mean, the price is insane. It's stupid. But yeah, it's kind of insane, right? And then the only other products they have out right now, so you have these 2 different theme decks. So you have the red and blue deck, and then you have green and purple. It was kind of neat. I like the quality of these. But it was one of those things where I do like Power World. I've played it a whole bunch. and I'm slowly replaying through the 1.0 version. But because it's one of those things, you never know how this is going to shake out, right? Especially with first edition and these mistype boxes. I think it's worth kind of sitting on. But I do plan on opening up some Power World TCG. So just bear with me on that. Once I get it in, you know, obviously we'll do that for like a Sunday opening at some point. All right, let me get caught up with these messages. Yeah, and again, Hilario, like when I was buying them, I got them for $60 a pop. I'm not paying $200 for 12 packs. Right. No, I understand, Red. It's one of those things where even just like some of the individual packs are just so expensive right now. Definitely wait for the hype to die down. The prices will go down. I think it's going to be something to look into, though. It's going to be fun. Exactly, and that's the thing, Zach. It's one of those things that you just add more diversity to that marketplace, right? And I'm all for it too, right? Like, I really wish the Final Fantasy TCG would get so much more attention, even though they're creeping up on their... They just released their 29th set in the Final Fantasy TCG, and I'm like, me and Mewtwo Dude are the only two people really talking about it. Another double rare. Let's see which stamp we got. Ooh, nice Charge Bug stamp. But yeah, I'm all for it, and I was really hoping that the Magic the Gathering collab with Final Fantasy would bring more attention to the actual Final Fantasy TCG. Unfortunately, it didn't, but it's fine. I'm going to keep opening it and keep supporting it. But yeah, more TCGs, the better, right? All right, let's see what we got here. So Pokeball reverse, Energy reverse, Swirl Pattern reverse, and ooh, Master Ball, very, very nice. Ugh, Metazoo. No, let's hope it's not like Metazoo. That was the one that I can say I thought it was going to flop right off the rip. Just my own personal opinion. It didn't make any damn sense. And then they tried to bring it back, and it was just, I don't know, it was weird. And I know some people that were like initial investors with Metazoo, and it you know, it is what it is, right? But like with the Power World stuff, for instance, like I like the game, so I'm gonna buy some of the TCG. Am I gonna go like full tilt and this is just a Power World, you know? Ooh, is this like a full Power World channel now? No, absolutely not. I want to get some once the prices go down. I'm gonna open up some boxes in English and Japanese. And then again, as the sets come out, I'm gonna keep an eye on it, and we'll keep up, you know, we'll keep up with it. But you never know how these things are gonna shake out, right? Anyway, just saw our third triple rare, or our third art rare of the stream. We're gonna show this off and see which one it is. Here in 3, 2, 1. Ooh, nice. Okay, very, very nice. Another one, which is good. I really don't want to see any duplicates, but very, very cool with Frostlass. Again, these are the highest rarities you can get out of this set. So very, very nice to see that. And again, these are not guaranteed, by the way. But yeah, I knew someone that had like the really, really high-end like Mothman cards from Metazoo. Got them graded. And then, you know, the whole TCG literally just disappeared. So is there inherent value to that kind of stuff now? Who knows? Maybe not now, maybe in 20, 30 years from now. Who knows? I mean, even if you look at Pokemon TCG, nobody would have seen how crazy it is right now, you know, from when they started. So yes, we definitely need to see the Ponyta. That would be huge. As much as I love this set, I would love to just, you know, wrap it up and move on to, especially with Gem Pack Volume 5 that I have, and Gem Pack 6 right behind it. Like, yeah, I don't want to get too far behind, but I do enjoy opening these. So, again, if we don't pull the Ponyta, it's too expensive for me to buy outright. So maybe we'll open more. Who knows? We'll see. But yes, I agree with Maz that we definitely need to see the Ponyta now. What do you mean, Red? You want me to do like 2 or 3 packs and stack them up? Ooh, another Master Ball, very nice. I think these packs go so fast as is because there's only 4 packs, so you can see how much we've opened, and you can kind of start seeing more and more of the playmat now. It's going quick, and obviously I'm in no rush. Let's see, that latest message was, I want to say I think it's over 200 right now, Maz. Especially because it's exclusive to this set. This Ponyta card from this set is not in English. It's not in Japanese. It's not in traditional Chinese. Ooh, another stamp. Very nice. Ooh, very, very nice. Yeah, this is the only place you can get it. So, of course, that adds that inherent rarity to it and the price point behind it. Oh, yeah. No, I got you, Red. I just didn't understand that first minute. Yes, Rapidash does evolve from Ponyta. Why did I just double sleep? I don't know. My brain is mush. I got too much stuff going on. But yeah, again, it's one of those things where even if you look at Gem Pack Volume 3, 2, and even 1, I mean, all the Gem Packs right now, right? All the high-end cards are exclusive artwork you can't get anywhere else, right? Like the Captain Pikachu cards from Volume 1 and now Volume 5. They're very, very expensive because not only they're hard to pull, even though I pulled 3 of the original Captain Pikachus, they're very rare. Ooh, another double. Let's see which one we got. Nice, very, very nice. Yeah, and that's why too. And the good thing is, right, it hasn't really grossly increased the price of the booster boxes, right? Which is nice because you can still get these at a very, very fair price. Even though there are some cards that are insanely expensive. Same thing with like Gem Pack Volume 3. They have like the exclusive Gengar there. I think there's a Cubone in that set. There's definitely some exclusive cards that are very expensive. But it's just one of those things where because there's not much attention to this, even though there should be, and that's kind of why I open these, just so more people can know about it. Plus, it's fun. But yeah, I mean, hey, if the gem packs stay somewhat cheap, I'm going to keep opening them. So, what are your thoughts on, let's see, my opinion on expensive cards? Okay, and I get that. I mean, but you have to think of cards being expensive in like the pull rate or the appearance of those, right? Because even if you look at like the latest Mega Charizard EX, right? It's very expensive, but if you look at the grading companies and how many they've graded, it's not rare. You know what I mean? So it's just one of those things that some cards are rare, which leads to them being expensive. Some are just overhyped, and that leads to them being expensive. Let's see. What are your thoughts on several 151 art rares that were not? Yeah, I was really hoping, especially how we saw the black and white set play out, that should have happened with 151. Just personal opinion, right? Especially the most iconic set and the set that started it all. Ooh, another double stamp. Ooh, very, very nice. Or, I'm sorry, double rare. Yeah, the 151 set should have had that, but think of how much more expensive that would have been and even more chaotic. But yeah, I think if they do that again, right? Because if they do it with like Gen 2, because that's the next rumor that, the next big set that they're going to do is going to be like Gen 2 in that regard, outside of the 30th anniversary set. I'm not talking about that. But yeah, the next kind of like, flashback set or, I'm drawing a blank for the way I want to describe it. But yeah, I think if they do it that way, it makes sense. But also, yeah, it is very inflated. There's all kinds of chaos, but that's the sad thing. There's a lot of product out there, but who's paying for it? You know what I mean? Outside of people that are just straight scalping or, people that have distributors and they act like, oh yeah, I know how you guys feel. Ooh, all right, another stamp. Let's see which one we got. Nice, good old Cramorant. I'm like that we're not getting any repeats in the stamps also. That's kind of nice. Oh, Gen 2 and Gen 3 would pop off for sure. But that's also like, and I know there's been a lot of leaks already, which, number one, I'm not looking into. Please don't tell me about it for the 30th anniversary set. Again, I know there's a lot of leaks that have happened already. Honestly, with how expensive everything is already, with my hopes of them just printing it into the ground like they did with Celebrations for the 25th anniversary set, I'm probably just going to do Japanese and the Chinese set because they're doing a global release for 30th anniversary. Everything will be out at the same time. And I think most people are going to focus on English because they're scared because they can't read other languages or they can't understand it for whatever reason. But yeah, for 30th anniversary, ooh, nice, another stamp. Ooh, Torkoal. For 30th anniversary, I'm probably going to focus on Japanese and Chinese. Excuse me. And then, you know, as they print the English set into the ground, I'll kind of circle back with the English 30th anniversary set. But I've already been doing that with the promos, right? Like the starter promos. I have all the ones in simplified Chinese so far. Obviously, they haven't released the Japanese ones yet, but the English ones are grossly overpriced. Yeah, and that'd be nice. Hey, if you can afford it and you can get it at a price that you're okay paying, yeah, go for it. I think it's kind of insane they're doing 2 UPCs, but it's a cash grab. Like, people are going to be like, oh, I'll buy both of them, especially if they're at 300 plus, which is nuts. But again, to each their own, right? Like, I don't want to, you know, if you have money like that and that's where you want to go, or if you find it at a fair price and people aren't scalping it, yeah, for sure, get the UPC. Especially if you plan on opening it, have fun. That's going to be your best spot to get all the packs. But I think because of how many different promotional products they're going to put out for the 30th anniversary, I think that, ooh, another Ponyta. We've seen every variant besides the one I need. Yeah, I'll probably hold off on the English 30th anniversary set. And I haven't even tried to pre-order any of it because, again, everyone's just overpricing it. So, no, of course. And again, to each their own, right? Like, everyone has their own thought process behind it. And, you know, you can do whatever you want, especially if you're spending your money. But again, it's such a hype set. And I know it's kind of crazy because it's just like Celebrations, right? Where they're going to reprint a bunch of artwork and there's going to be cards that are exclusive to that and blah, blah, blah. But I just think because it's already so grossly overpriced, my whole hope, and again, I'm talking about a corporation that doesn't have a soul, if they just print it into the ground, especially, and they keep doing stuff like Target, right? Where they're cutting all the plastic wrap off of it so people can't resell it. I think that's a direction to go until things balance back out. Yeah, and that's the thing too, right? Setting limits. Yeah, I think the Pokemon Center website is such a lost cause. Even though they set up like the queue system, people found ways to hack it. Ooh, let me distract myself for a second. We have another triple rare. So this is another art rare. I'll get back to that point in just 1 second. All right, let's see what triple rare we have here in 3, 2, 1. Ooh, nice. All right, Meltan. That's actually sick. I love this one. So it's because he's like jumping right into the sparks there. That looks hilarious. Very, very nice. Hell yeah. But yes, Pokemon Center website, lost cause, unless they rebuild it and actually add some security features or have like, you know, people that actually have accounts and like get some member privileges. Yeah, I think I gave up on stuff in the Pokemon Center website so long ago. And if you guys have been here for a while, you guys know that I used to pre-order so much stuff and it was easy and I'd even promote it on Instagram, but there's just no point. And like, I don't have time to sit in a queue for 7 hours to just realize that a bot bought everything out 4 hours prior, you know what I mean? So, again, if you have the time and the patience for that stuff, awesome. Best of luck to you. Hopefully you can get some pre-orders locked in. I just gave up on it because I'm not in the vein of being frustrated about that stuff anymore. I don't have control over it. Obviously, the Pokemon company doesn't care because they're making pure profit. Whether it's bots buying it or it's people buying it, they don't care. So why am I going to get frustrated about it? As I sound extremely frustrated about it. Yeah. But yes, if local stores have 30th anniversary and it's fairly priced, I'll probably buy some that way. Outside of that, another Ponyta. They're really messing with me. Besides that, I'll probably just stick to the Japanese and Chinese 30th anniversary set for the time being. So best of luck to everyone getting any of the English. I'm still going to focus on, you know, Japanese and Chinese Pokemon. Obviously, I'm going real heavy. Hey, what's going on, Nugget? I'm going full tilt on the Final Fantasy TCG because I'm like one of the only people on this platform that really is. Yeah, I got plenty of other things to open up and go through. Plus, I'm still doing CGC submissions, so I still have that. Yeah. Yeah, I've noticed that as well, Red. All right. You know, out of the 72 packs we started with, we're definitely dwindling down. But again, we'll look at all the hits at the end, and then I'll do my best to break out the Jumbo XL binder and see if we can add some cards to it. All right, let's see what we got here. Enamorous. We have Snom. Ooh, nice, another stamp. Let's see which one it is. Very, very nice. Awesome. I don't think we have any duplicates in the stamps so far. Actually, let's take a look, because why not? Yeah, and that's the thing, too. That's the only thing you really can do, Maz, is just try and keep up with any of the notifications and stuff like that. I know there's people that have, like, bots set up that you can pay to join a Discord, which is the dumbest thing ever. Please don't do that. Don't pay to join someone's Discord to try and get a heads up on trying to pre-order something. Unless you don't care, then, you know, have at it. I just think it's absolutely insane. I'm curious about McDonald's promos in the future. I have 2018. Gotcha. Wabbit, how we doing? Yeah, the only Pokemon McDonald's promos that have any value are the ones from early 2000s, right? The e-reader ones. But you never know. Again, like some of the stuff gets skyrocket. I mean, look at the XY Evolution set. That is a prime example of how sets can just go absolutely nuts. They were literally giving away XY Evolutions because no one wanted to buy it. And then they stopped printing it and everyone went nuts for it. For years, people complained about XY Evolutions. And now it's a very, very expensive set, which is wild to me. All right. Let's see, we got another Frostlass. But again, you can't predict any of this stuff, right? Like, even I look at my own collection and I look at the app that I track all this stuff in. I'm just blown away by how this market is right now. And it's just one of those things where, like, yeah, there's plenty of stuff that I have as investment pieces, but then there's a lot of stuff that I have that it's stuff that I'm going to hold on to forever. So, ooh, another stamp. Let's see which one it is. Okay. So let's just look at this real quick, because just to kind of prove a point here, let's look at this real quick. I'm going to just slow down the stream for just 1 second. Yeah, XY Evolution, they were putting them in any mini tin that came out. Yeah, they were everywhere and anywhere. Even Dollar Store had that stuff. They couldn't give away XY Evolutions, and then the second they stopped printing and they're like, all right, we're done with this, everyone's like, oh, XY Evolutions, it's so awesome. It's like, yeah. And that was before all the scalping, all that stuff got crazy. All right, let's see. Trying to prove a point that we've seen so many of these Ponytas, and of course now I can't find any. Let's see. I pulled pretty much every one besides the one that I need. Let's keep looking. I know there's another one in here somewhere. Yep, there's another one. Year of the Horse, right? Yeah, absolutely. All right, there's another one. There's another one. There's another one. So yeah, I think with that, and let me just quickly go through this just to make sure. Okay, so let's look at this real quick, just to prove a point that I've pulled all of the ones that you can get, right? So this is 1 of 1, right? So then you go here, so there's number 2. And then you have number 3. And then number... Oh, maybe I haven't pulled all of them just yet. Well, I mean, I know I have it, but not in this opening. So we don't have number 4, which is the swirl pattern, but we have 5 and 6. So pretty much every iteration of this, obviously we need swirl, but it's just insane that we've pulled all of these and we still don't have the swirl or the art rare. But it's all right. We will get it eventually. I would love to see the art rare here today. I think that would be huge. Yes, it is. I completely agree with Nugget there. It's not Rotom, so I shouldn't complain too much. But with how much of this I've opened, and you can look at previous streams, right? I've opened up, I don't know, even just this stream alone, I have 4 booster boxes. I probably opened close to 20 booster boxes from this set, if I can just kind of just throw a rough number out there. What made them pick the number? That's a good question. I don't really know. Especially if you look back all the way Gen 1 and some like the behind the scenes stuff. There we go. There's another one. Absolutely insane. There's another Ponyta. Yeah, there was actually, I think it was closer to 160 in the original, you know, before they put the games and the cards out. But they cut a whole bunch of other variants and stuff because it just wasn't fitting, or they didn't have it flushed out. What do you think is the best English product in the last 10 years, last 5 years? I would say anything Hidden Fates related. Just because it's one of my favorite sets, but it's the best shiny set that they've put out so far. I'll gladly argue with anyone that thinks Paldean Fates is better. They're like, yeah, the Bubble Mew is sick, but it's not Hidden Fates. What's the other one? Shining Fates. That one's cool too, but the shinies just don't compare to what you had in Hidden Fates. Again, all my own personal opinion, right? To each their own. But so Hidden Fates, definitely a big hit set. I'd say Shining Legends, Dragon Majesty. Those are two very slept on sets. Obviously, Dragon Majesty is way more slept on than Shining Legends, but I think both of those sets are pretty awesome. Last 10 years, so what are we, 2026, 2016 would be XY era. Again, Evolutions, I mean, is a solid set. Generations, right, the 20th anniversary set is insane. That's definitely a slept-on set. But, yeah, and then even looking at, I guess, more modern sets, right? So, I feel like Battle Styles is slept on, because if it wasn't for Battle Styles and the way that they set it up to have all the art rares and the alt arts, none of this stuff would be happening now. You see that Crown Zenith, I mean, obviously Crown Zenith is a very popular set, but it's finally getting its due place as a very, very popular modern set. So Crown Zenith is up there also. Obviously 151, I mean, you can't go wrong with that set there. And then outside of that, I think on the Japanese side of the house, I don't think they print and distribute many big Pokemon cards at Dollar Trees. No, and that's the thing too. I feel like they really did away with a lot of like the dollar packs, right? Because and for maybe that simplicity, or you know, because so many people are just stealing them. Yeah, the trainer collection boxes are pretty cool. Yeah. I do miss like the GX boxes. I think all those humongous boxes from like Sam's and Costco are just absolutely insane. They're just way too big and they get expensive right away. But yeah, specific products, I don't know. I used to say the Pokemon Center ETBs. I used to say that because again, they were, they are exclusive. They still are. But it's just, there's no point in trying to get them anymore unless you have the time to sit in the queue. And, you know, I mean, there's no point of buying them after the fact. They used to be able to, like, reprint them. So, you know, sometime down the road, you'd be able to go back and get, like, Crown Zenith ones or Lost Origins. I mean, hell, even the Pokemon Go, which that's another slept-on set. The Pokemon Go, Pokemon Center ETBs, they were there for forever. Absolutely insane, but no one was buying them. Yeah. Hopefully that kind of answers your question. Probably not, but sorry. Yeah, and that's the thing too, right? That's another issue with the Pokemon Center website, Maz, is like they don't ship everywhere. I've liked a lot of the Japanese and Chinese products that I've opened up. And that's the thing, like I have a Sam's Club membership and there's one literally right down the street from me, but I just don't have the time. There's another one. I don't have the time to, especially because I work, I don't have time to go there and sit there with a bunch of other randomly unemployed goblins and just fight people over stuff that's supposed to be limited, but somehow they'll let you have like 8 memberships to one person, which is the dumbest shit ever. Oh, the Arceus. Yeah, so the Arceus V box is actually pretty sick. I like that one. I still think like the Hidden Fates Raichu box and then the Raichu GX box was nice. Oh, another stamp. Very, very nice. And not saying everyone is Maz, but like majority of the people are. So kind of lump them all in, unfortunately. I know it sounds terrible, but it is what it is. But yeah, I miss all the old GX box, right? Like the Raichu GX box, the Blastoise GX box. Even some of the tins. I mean, I miss the 2 different variants of the tins. Not the mini tins, but you had like... Do I have one here? Yeah, so here's a prime example of the different tins, right? And you can tell as I get this out, I've repurposed a lot of these. If I can get this out without destroying everything. So these kind of tins here. These tins used to be so much fun to get, and obviously I've repurposed it. But again, they came with 4 packs, right? The promos were always fun. And then the other variant of this where they went more like horizontal with that one, where you got 1 extra pack. I miss getting tins like this. And there's so many videos on the channel of me opening up all those different tins, right? But you just don't find them anymore because the second someone has it, it's scalped, or you know, someone knows someone at a store and they're hooking them up. Another one, another Ponyta. Ooh, another stamp. Okay, nice. Very, very nice. But yeah, I remember... if you look at the early days of this channel, I used to have all kinds of cool stuff, but a lot of that stuff has dropped off because I don't have the patience or the time to try and, you know, every single day after work or during my lunch break, shop around and try and chase that stuff down. It is what it is. And to those that have the time, you know, that's awesome. Like, I'm glad you have the time and money to do that. I don't. So I'd much rather keep buying individual cards that I want, or, you know, random products that I want to open up. Ooh, okay. Another triple rare. So there we go. So one of these boxes had 2 triple rares in it. Yeah, and that's the other thing too. The tag team tins were pretty solid. Although promos from those are absolutely insanely expensive now. But let's see what we got here. Another triple rare. 3, 2, 1. Ooh, okay. So we got a duplicate, unfortunately. Still nice. Not going to complain about it, but especially with how rare these are and hard to pull, you definitely don't want to see duplicates here, but I'll take it. Got another Frostlass art rare. Very, very nice. That makes number 5. Let me see. Yeah. Make sure all these are sleeved up. We'll do a recap at the very end. Yeah, I don't see them doing tag teams ever again, Red. Especially, I mean, they're not going to do tag team GX. They might do like tag team EX, or like mega tag teams. That was a rumor. But yeah, again, it's one of those things, and I feel like they botched it with how many of the tag teams they had and how many other ones they could have done. Like, how do you not do like Nidoking, Nidoqueen, or Hitmonchan? Like, some of those iconic tag teams that make more sense instead of Blastoise and Piplup. Like, there's just so many that just didn't match up. But again, to each their own. Yeah, I know, right? We're just kind of turning burning, right? We had 72 packs on the table, but we're ripping right through them. So let's see what we got here. And again, because there's only 4 cards per pack, this does go quickly, but it's been a lot of fun. Again, we're going to recap this, and then we're going to break out the Jumbo XL binder. And we're going to see if I can add any cards to that binder. All right, let's see what we got here. And also, you'll be able to see all the other gem packs that I have in my progression with those sets. All right. Another Master Ball. All right. Yeah, it'd be nice to get a few more of the art rares. That would be sick. Especially the Ponyta. I think this would be the best time. I'm doing my best to try and summon it, if you can't tell. Will it into existence, but... All right, Master Ball. I think, what should I do with my commons? I mean, there's plenty of things you can do with bulk. I know people make magnets or pins. You can kind of cut them out and do your own individual art. There's a lot of different things you can do with commons, right? Or you can trade them in, right? There are still some few companies out there that will take bulk, and you either get store credit or a reduced cash offer for that kind of stuff. Ooh, another stamp. I'm glad to see we're getting a whole bunch of the stamps. But yeah, there's a lot of things you can do with your commons, uncommons. And again, to each their own, right? Like, there's some stuff that I see people do with, you know, with bulk cards I'm not the biggest fan of. But there's some really cool things out there that people are doing also. So, just one of those things where, hey, it's your stuff. Do whatever you want with it. Especially if you're trying to make content with it. I think that's a good avenue as well. Something a little more unique, something you don't see all the time. All right, let's see what we got here. Dwindling down these last few packs here. You know what? I'm gonna do. Let's do this. Get this here. Set this down. Yeah. We're gonna go. This one, good old shout out to Max Mofo, wherever the hell you're at in the world. Hopefully you're doing well. But we're gonna do a good old Max Mofo mega pack here, just to wrap this up. Yeah, and that's the thing too, right? A lot of the commons are reverse hollows back in the day. Had some crazy patterns as well. But here we go. Let's see. It's a nice little super pack here. Let's see if we can get anything. Fingers crossed. Let's end off with a nice hit here or two. Okay, here we go. Ooh, I saw the 2 stars. I was hoping for a third one, but we're going to end off with a stamp. Let's see which one it is in 3, 2, 1. Okay, nice. Nice, I'll take it. Not bad, not bad. We got plenty of stamps and plenty of different varying stamps, which is kind of nice. All right, let's take a look and see. Let's look at all the hits, right? Let's look at all the stamps first. I'm just going to lay all these out in no specific order. I think we got very few duplicates, if any. There we go. As I say, there's a duplicate right there. Not bad. Again, these are, you know, these are all double rare, so a little bit harder to pull. But I think we did pretty well on that, right? Again, only 1 duplicate. That's not bad. And it's the Eevee. So that's pretty cool. I'll take that. All right. Put all these together. Actually, I'm going to put these in order real quick because there's a reason behind it. And of course, I piled all these up, which I should have just waited. All right, so let's see. So these go here. 4. 1. Oh, I had 2. How did I not notice there's 2 duplicates there? It's all right. Let's see. 21. Okay. Put them all in order for a reason. We'll go through that in a second. Here are all of our big hits, though, which is kind of nice. Let's open Power World. Not today, friend. Not today. I do want to open up Power World. I did show off some of the products that I have. But, yeah. Once I get some more in, I will open up Power World. Trust me. I like the game. The TCG looks interesting. But, yeah. All right. So, all of our hits, again... 1 duplicate, but that means one of these boxes if you want to do the math that way. One of these boxes had 2 hits in it. Again, these are not guaranteed by any means, but I mean, getting 5 art rares out of 4 boxes, I will gladly take that. So now let's do, oh, plus, again, for those that didn't catch the very beginning of the stream, thank you, appreciate you, Hilario. We pulled this shiny Pikachu and this cool Quaxley, so that was kind of nice. So we did get that, a little bit of icing on the cake there. But now I'm going to do my best. Let me make extra room on the table here, clear off as much as I can, because we're about to lay down the jumbo binder with the little bit of room that I don't have. All right, this should be fun. Let's see. Trying to keep everything organized and not knock anything over. All right, put this over here. Let's move all these. Put those up over there. Put these here. Yeah, I know what you mean. Especially because, I mean, Raichu got the same treatment, right? Where it's just like, it's the same kind of color, right? Blastoise was the same way. Dragonite's still one of my favorite shinies. Oh, Nugget. I don't know if you're still here or not, but we actually got this pretty cool pin earlier as well. This was in one of the random packs that we opened up in the very beginning. So, very, very cool little holographic pin there. All right. So, this is, again, this is not going to work as intended because this binder is absolutely huge. As you can see here, it clearly doesn't even fit on the screen. But I'm going to do my best to kind of get this open. Might back the camera out just a little bit. Shiny Gyarados, yeah, for sure. Yeah. Shiny Gyarados is sick. Yeah, all the ones that like are actual shiny variants, I think that's neat. Yeah, this binder is insane. Honestly, when I bought it, Maz, I truly didn't realize how big it was going to be, and then I surprised myself. So we're going to back the camera out a little bit. I know it's going to look a little bit wonky here, but just bear with me. I'm doing my best to try and get a decent angle of this, which is not going to work, but yeah, it's not even going to fit. Not even. So there's kind of fits. Again, it looks pretty bad. All right, let's see what else I can do here. Should probably break out the tripod for this one, but that's all right. We'll try and make this work the best way possible. You can kind of see it on screen here, right? It's 5 across and 4 down, so you get 20 cards per page. But yeah, so as you can see, this is all gem. This looks absolutely terrible. I apologize. Let me see if I can do this. Hold on. Let me try and figure out a way I can do this without knocking everything over and also without showing off my face. Let's try this. We're going to break this here. Move this up and off to the side. Come on. All right, so does this work? I know it's a little bit better. No, it's not going to be great. Just slide this over a bit. Trying to do as much as I can with one hand here, especially because now I'm holding the camera. Come on, let's get this out of the way. Does that work? Come on. Not really. So I apologize. I'm just trying to do the best I can, especially now I'm holding this in my hand. So that's Gem Pack Volume 1. So in Gem Pack Volume 1, you had... Oh, I know this angle probably looks awful. I'm just going to hold it here. Do my best to try and keep this as stable as possible. But yeah, so I'm trying to get another Captain Pikachu to put in this bottom corner. I know there's a bunch of gaps and there's a method to the madness. I've explained it before, but not every single card had a slot, so just bear with me there. But Gem Pack Volume 2, these are all the evolutions. This is going south very quick. Not missing many here, right? And obviously you can see I have some filler cards, but not many. This is not going well. Let me slide this over. Oh, kind of give myself a little bit of room there. Is this kind of working? It's really not. Hold on one second. Trust me, the stream did not end. Just hold on one second. I'm just going to zoom this in like this. Hold on. Just try to move some stuff over. Oh, I don't have the room. Don't worry, I'm still here. The stream's still going. Let's see. Just slide this over a little bit. All right. That didn't help at all, but we're going to keep rolling here. So, Gem Pack Volume 2. Obviously, all the evolutions. I'm not missing many. And then these are the high-end cards from Gem Pack Volume 2, right? They only did 4 art rares or alt arts for this. Peak Entertainment. I'm glad someone finds this interesting. We get the really cool full art trainer there. You got the like an SAR. Gem Pack Volume 3, which this is one I don't have a lot of. I'm just gonna here, maybe this will help. Okay, I'm gonna actually stand for this. This might help just a little bit. But yeah, Gem Pack Volume 3, as you can tell, I'm missing a whole lot from this. Because again, this is one I didn't open up much of. Man, I wish I would have planned this out a little bit better, but it's all right. Yes, good old Penny. Yep. Yeah, the evolutions are fun. All right, so now this is where we get into Gem Pack Volume 4. So as you can tell, we do a lot better here. Missing 2 cards there, which I kind of want to go through and sort now, but I've kind of put myself in a weird predicament, and my hands are full now. So, yeah. So only missing 2 there. This is cool to see the whole page complete, so that's nice. Another whole page complete. Only missing 1 there, which we may have gotten today. Again, normally I would go back through and add these. So this is how this goes. So I have the binder set up so the stamp goes here and then the art rare. Stamp goes here, art rare. Stamp, art rare. Again, as you can kind of see, we do have the Wooper, so we have a duplicate Wooper now. But yeah, so and then it goes here, right? So you have stamp, art rare, you know, stamp, art rare, but no stamp. So that's how the rest of this binder shakes out. And then, like I said, we have plenty more room going forward for Gem Pack 5, which we will be doing next week. But yeah, so that's going to do it for this one. As much as I want to go through and put cards in this binder right now, I'm a bit too disorganized to do that right now. So we're just going to end the stream here. Thank you for everyone that came out. Let me do shout outs real quick. And then we'll go from there. So Maz, thanks for coming by. Obviously Bad Wabbit and Nugget, thank you for coming by. Red, thanks for coming by. Hilario, great to see you. Thanks for coming. Who else popped in? I know Zach was in here for a little bit. I think that was everybody. I want to make sure I didn't miss anybody. But yeah, that's going to do it for today's stream. I know it ended in a really weird, kind of sloppy manner, but it is what it is. I appreciate everyone coming through. Oh, Saya. Saya also came through. Appreciate you, Saya. Thank you. All right. I think that is it. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a short break. I'm going to get something to eat. What brand of binder is that? Great question, Pete. Coming in the last second, I will gladly show you. Just about to end the stream, but here we go. I'll show you real quick. This is Collected Beast. It's a XL binder. Again, just to show you how big this thing is. This is absolutely insane. Let me try and grab another binder just for reference here. Here, just show you this, right? This is the Crown Zenith binder. So for reference, that's your standard 9-card binder. And this thing just looks absolutely dwarfed by that. But that's going to do it for today's stream. Thank you all for coming through. We have more content lined up for Friday and Sunday of next week, so keep an eye out for that. But that's going to do it for me, guys. I'm WakoBako. Take it easy.